Welcome. I am Mary Mazur, and this is Change Your Funk to Fun. Welcome today. Today is episode 10. And what we will be talking about today is inner listening. We're going to be opening up about learning how to activate within ourselves our inner listening. Yeah. What this allows us to do is to embrace the sound of silence. Okay. So we are going to be inviting the part of us that is quiet, that becomes silent, that is in the stillness. Yeah, the beingness of who you are. This is very nice, huh? All right. Well, in reality, we many of us have quite a bit of funk going on, right? I don't know about you, but I know for me that's definitely happening. I'll be sharing a little bit about that because it's all here for us to help us with our growing and changing, embracing, and expanding in our evolution here. So let's talk about this. And it is kind of funny because I am talking, which I think is really funny. And you are listening, which is awesome. So we're really not in a whole lot of silence right now. And that is actually perfect and okay. Because and the gift of everything here, of what we're doing for each other and for ourselves, especially, is the gift of balance, the gift of the unity. Yeah. And at the highest level, the unity that we are expanding into now and that we invite you to open up into is your human aspect of yourself, your physical aspect here, with your divine aspect of yourself, your spiritual aspect of yourself. Okay, so we have a human physical form and we have a divine aspect of ourselves, and they actually are all one. We actually are spiritual beings having a human experience. You are a spiritual being having this human experience as you. Yes, you do. And so do I. Most of us weren't taught that. No, we're not. We were not. And that's okay. Whatever we were taught and came to us is exactly here for us. And you get to use that for yourself. So if you can imagine for yourself, just imagine you are this human physical being. Okay. And you also are a divine spiritual being. And what does that mean? The divine spiritual being within you is the connection that you have with all knowingness, all love, yeah, and all oneness, all connection of all. Okay, so you are that, you are an aspect of that here in your own unique amazingness here. You are perfect, innocent, divine, and necessary. And most of us were not told that when we were little. No, we weren't. Most of us have been raised where we've had traumas happen. We've had fears or disconnects, losses. Yeah, really challenging, tough experiences. And hopefully you have had a mix of things, right? Hopefully you've had some really great, amazing times in your life. And I sure hope that you certainly have. I do believe all of us have had some. Some have had a lot, which is really awesome. Some of us have only had a little. Okay, that's fine too. You know, we get a whole mix here. The gift that we get to do with changing your funk to fun, and we'll be bringing in the tool of Psyche. That's the main tool that I use and I absolutely love, and I will be definitely offering the gift of what that is, and hopefully you'll jump on board and want to learn it and use it too, like I have done and hundreds of thousands have across this world, is whatever is happening to you, whatever funky thing is happening to you, you can change it. Yes, you can. The easiest way to be able to change it is by connecting within you of the power of who you are. Yes. Because you actually have the ability to change what you want to change. Change the funk that you're experiencing in your life. Yes, you actually do. But what might be blocking it? What's preventing you from doing it? What's limiting you from changing any kind of funk? And what we will be talking today is to then open up into your inner listening, into the silence within you, the sound of silence, and embracing this beingness within you, embracing the quiet mind, the beingness of living from your heart and feeling nice. This is more of our feminine side of us. Yes, our masculine side of us is the part that does use words and do think. It's the logical part of us, the one that likes order and control. And they both are vital and important. The masculine and feminine within us are both meant to work together in unity. Okay. Yes, it is. So, imagining again that you are this human being, which you are. You have a physical body. Of course, you're human. Yes, you are a physical human. And just imagine that you are also divine. You are also pure love and light. Yes, you are. And when you can begin to open to this, magical things begin to happen. Synchronicity and flow, harmony, peace, joy, and love. Yes, this is actually your natural way of being. Yes. And we are here to help assist you today. And when I mean we, is because I am connected with my divinity and the divinity of all the pure love and light that's here to assist us. And so we, I love the we, get to help assist you to wake up to your inner listening. Yes, by remembering again that you are divine, that you are a spiritual being having this human experience here. Yes, you are. Absolutely. And the gift here is that you will be able to dance again with your masculine and feminine and let the two begin to work together. Let them begin to connect together, to communicate, to share their gifts. They both bring such beautiful, mighty gifts. They really do. Our masculine and feminine within us are meant to be a one unit and meant to honor and revere and love and adore each other equally and even excitingly, And then you get to choose. Do you want to have your masculine lead more? Do you want to have your feminine lead more? And that is the dance, right? Would you love to have the two dance? I know for my own personal self, my feminine is fully anchoring in because I have been running my masculine. And I didn't know that I was divine. I thought that I was a sinner. I thought that I did something wrong. There's something wrong with me. Those are the imprints that I chose to create within myself to experience in that way, to experience the contrast of who I really am. And then at the right divine timing within me, blast it. And Psyche helped me exactly to do that, to wake up and become an observer of myself and recognize that, wow, I'm more than just this human being as Mary here. Yeah, I really am. And so are you. Yes, we are way, way more. We are so amazing. We're infinite. We're innocent. There's nothing that can hurt us or harm us. Not at all, because it's impossible to destroy us. We are eternal. Yes, our physical bodies, we can definitely have things happen to them. Absolutely. And I did. I was sexually abused as a little girl. And then just being very sensitive, just any kind of loss, any kind of separation, any kind of disappointment, that would totally throw me down. I never liked to disappoint anybody or have anybody feel bad or hurt. And so then I created things within myself, and you might have done this too. So I'm just sharing my aspect of me so that you can check in with yourself about this. Are you a people pleaser? Do you go out and help and rescue people, or do all you can to make sure they're okay, and then put yourself last? I certainly did that. I was really good at it, and I learned it from my mom because she was really good at it, and she probably learned it from her mom too. And then the gift is that I began to wake up and recognize that I can put myself first, and I have now put myself first. When I love myself completely, and accept myself completely, and I'm still growing in this journey of unconditionally loving all aspects of myself, and including all the parts that I tucked away or fragmented from myself, to bring all those parts back in. Then I get to be my full essence here and let that all overflow in helping others. So the giving and the sharing, the serving becomes such a natural flow, and I'm able to open up and receive abundantly all that I'm giving. I also all receive at the same time. So it becomes a oneness. And this at the highest level is us living in the flow of being in our true essence. And when you can change your funk to fun and actually bring in the playfulness and the joyfulness of all of it, wow, life actually becomes really fun and enjoyable. And then how neat can you just imagine all day long just having a lot of fun, right? I know for me, I would love that. And I'm actually bringing more and more of that in. And they're right. And it is okay to have times. This is where the balance come in, is that yes, there's definitely times for fun. Absolutely. That's one of my big things I love to have here. And there is definitely times for peace. And there's times for even sadness. You know, my brother had just passed in December and transitioned over. He had a drug overdose. And we're going to his funeral this weekend. So I'm flying tomorrow to San Diego for that. And I'm so connected to my brother Dan. He's so beautiful. And he had a very challenging, especially the last 10 years of his life. It was really tough. Where the issues come in for us is in our mental and emotional bodies. That we mentally will have all this talk and jargon within us. And that's what we'll be talking about today. That being able to become more aware of what you're saying to yourself, to really become heightened in your own self-talk. If you can do that, if you can invite yourself to begin to do that, you can begin to journal it, begin to just set an intention that you are going to begin to notice everything that you say and everything that you hear, okay, and begin to capture these things. And anything that you don't like or anything that triggers you, challenges you, bothers you, those are actually all here for you. Yeah, believe it or not. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And when you have a tool like Psych-K, Psych-K is a transformational tool that you can use. If you come to a 3-day workshop, you'll learn how to use it. You can also have a private session. We'll talk more about that if you just are ready just to have some work with somebody else that knows how to use it. Then you get to change. So you get to bring up, hey, the issues that are coming up for you in your mental and emotional bodies, and even your physical bodies. Your physical bodies are just the manifestation of your mental and emotional bodies. Okay. So if you are having any breakdown in your body system, it's just because you have had a heck of a lot happen in your mental and emotional bodies. And you're ready to begin to address those, which is super beautiful to do. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Because we want to feel good here, right? Yes. So with my brother Dan, yes, his mental, emotional, all the negative self-talk, he was really vibrating just with lack of self-worth. My dad, I had great parents, and yet they had their own issues too, right? So he was a lieutenant. My dad was a lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps. He came back from Vietnam, and things shifted for him. You know, he just did the best he could with the experiences he had. And I even just remember with my dad, it was just so, everything was so unpredictable because he drank a lot. That was his coping skill, was alcohol. And so my brother Dan got the rage math of my dad. I think my brother Dan's personality was so outgoing that it was just too much for my dad. So he got like my dad's wrath basically, and it was not intentional at all. These are just the experiences we're having. It's just what Dan experienced. And so the last 10 years of his life was really all coming out in his mental and emotional bodies, where he would just be up and down with his emotions, like down into deep sadness and lack of self-worth, back into shame and guilt. A lot of shame and guilt are the lowest energies, and probably even worry too. So he kind of lost his job. He went through a couple of divorces. He ended up being homeless in LA. And he did have a very beautiful, successful life. And then things really turned around. This can happen for us here. And the gift is that you can turn things around. I actually was able to help him with Psych-K, which was beautiful, to the highest level he could go. He just only got as far as he can go. And that's just kind of how it works here. So I'm sure you guys have lost people in your life too. I have a sister who committed suicide when she was 27 too. And Dan was the one waiting for her. And she never showed up for dinner because she had jumped off a bridge. So these are experiences that we have. And I think that was really tough for my brother Dan, the guilt and the sadness and the loss with that. So we're going to be bringing more of this stuff up, and we're going to be learning how the gateway is connecting in with your inner listening and your inner silence to help assist you with this. And we are in episode 10, and we're talking about inner listening, embracing the sound of silence. Okay. Whew, so I was just sharing about what my brother had gone through, and then how his life had ended, and even my sister, who she ended her own life. That some of us will go through these things to these extremes. We don't have to, that's for sure. And the one gift is listening to talks like this can help you, okay? And help yourself. You actually have the answers within you. You do. And the guidance system. And it is up to you. You are creating your own life. We all are creating our lives here. And this is where the issues will come in it's important that we tap into. How much are we feeling like a victim or feeling like things are unfair? Those are like two big, huge things to notice and to pick up if you are. I know I do that even for myself if any of that energy comes up for me. Because if it does, or any ideas, so that we're talking here about a busy mind, instead of having the listening, the inner listening, and actually the silence, actually having complete silence within you. If you are experiencing the opposite, where you're having a busy mind, it's okay. It's just where you are right now, and meet yourself where you are. It's actually very purposeful for you right now. So, with having a very busy mind, that just means your subconscious mind is bringing up, the words, bringing up your little self talk within you to get your attention. Yeah, it's just getting your attention. Many times, though, we get into a loop, we'll get into a pattern or a loop where we actually believe what we're hearing within ourselves. So many of us will become really harsh critics for ourselves, be really hard coaches and critics and judgmental. And then that just brings in, that just letting you know if that's happening with you is because you just have beliefs at the subconscious level that is still based in conditioned love or lack of forgiveness or lack of self-worth. Okay. There's actually other pieces too, but those are like the big three ones. And it's nice to keep things simple. So let's keep things simple and let's address those things. How are we able to shift out of conditioned love or judgment or being critical with ourselves and to step up into unconditional love of ourselves, and also forgiveness, which means you're opening your heart and giving of your love and anchoring in your self-worth, knowing that you are worthy exactly as you are, wherever you are and whatever you have been doing, because you can only do what you can do the best you can in each moment, uh, related to the level of vibration you're in, and where you are with your beliefs at the subconscious level that's coming into your life. Since we are creators of our lives, the gift comes in is that we can actually upgrade our programs within us, and that's the gift of Psych K. Yeah, Psych K just helps you because it's helping you work with your psyche, and that's the psych part is psyche, and that's your mind, your spirit, and your soul, and your breath. Yeah, and the key is that you get to unlock your personal power within you so you can access your wisdom, your love, your knowingness to help you make those changes. So having that busy mind or that self-criticalness that you may be running within you, it has been said that people run about 25,000 thoughts a day, which is like crazy, right? And then guess what? We do it every day, repeating, repeating, repeating. It's like Groundhog Day. What? And a lot of times, many people don't change that, and they just learn to manage it. And many people will slump down into just, well, that's just how it is. And then they get stuck and get rigid. That can happen to us. And if that does happen, that's just a coping skill. You can actually help yourself out of that too. Okay. With that, though, yeah, you want to definitely welcome yourself to just become an observer of yourself. If you can welcome yourself to just say, uh, shoot, battery. Hold on one second. I'm going to be on a short pause here a minute. That my battery, I think we're okay. Okay. I had a little reminder of something going on, but we'll check that at the next break. Okay. Whew, so check in with yourself. So with your self-talk, your mental self-talk, it actually is here for you. So the moment you can actually wake up, and that just means you get an aha moment and you're like, whoa, I'm like talking to myself really crappy here. Busy, busy, busy mind. Going, 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 blah, blah, blah. Oh, you did this. Oh, figures you did that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I was really great at that. And some of you might be too. The moment that you can actually stop and pause, be in a second of silence, which is nice, and just say, wow, that's really interesting that I'm talking to myself that way. Do I want to keep talking to myself that way? Wow. How huge is that? When you can actually even ask yourself, how long do I want to keep talking to myself that way? Right? Wow. And you can actually say, I think I'm done talking to myself that way. What? Yeah. Huge, 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 huge. Then you're probably going to you're going to have like Psyche drop in your lap like it did me. Yeah. And there may be other things. There are lots of things to help you. Psyche is just a very fast, effective, and powerful tool. And hey, if you're listening to this talk, that means you are ready. Heck yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to this talk. So we welcome you. Isn't that awesome? Yay! Wow, because you actually can do something about it. So instead of having a very busy mind that's talking, 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 and actually being negative to yourself, the first step is asking yourself, how do you want things to be instead? How would you rather be talking to yourself? That would be a great question to ask yourself, right? Yay! Yes, absolutely. Whew. And let yourself get connected with what you want. That's a big one. Let yourself dream. Let yourself open up to dreaming again. Open up into your level of playfulness, your level of imagination, and begin to start saying, wow, even if I just could, how would I want to be? Wow. Yeah. Okay. I think I would rather be my best friend within myself. Whoo, that's super huge, right? How would you love to have your absolute best friend and even best lover, best amazingness within yourself, right? With Psyche, you get to literally reprogram your subconscious mind. You get to put in that new program and you'll create their own personal words for yourself. So that's the gift with this. If you work with somebody that's a psychic facilitator, they help you assist with that. And you come up with the answer the new way you want to be, right? And if you come to the workshop, you actually learn how to use it for yourself, which is actually really cool because then you can make changes at any time that you're ready. Isn't that nice, huh? Yeah, absolutely. That's what I love. I'm so grateful that I have it because I get to use it every day for myself. Yes. So, all right, that's a big one. That's a huge one. All right, I am my own best friend. Perfect. Woohoo. And actually, my spirit says, yes, I have that one. Yes, because I did make that change and put that within myself. All right. And then you'll ask, all right, so how are things now? How am I doing now with this? All right. Hey, once you have that within you, what would be another thing that you would love to have about yourself? And a big one for me has been, a lot is because of my relationship with my father also, is I didn't it was my own reality that I created here, is I didn't feel deeply loved and adored by my dad. I felt judged and I felt critical, like I wasn't good enough or was kept messing up, that kind of stuff, because he wanted things to be perfect, and he ran our household like that with my mom. And so because of the environment that you're in, you're gonna create your personality and how you are and how you respond to things. And that's what I did for myself. And you might have done it too. So the gift is I'm changing all of those. Yeah. And I'm grateful for the experience that I had growing up the way I did, and the contrasting ways of how I would want to have them now. And now I'm putting in what the things that I want, and I'm letting my heart lead me. And what this is doing is also offering me to open up into that active listening, and actually stepping into my feminine side of me, which opens the doorway for that silence, that pause, that beingness. Yeah. So that the more changes you make within yourself, from negative to positive, or from critical, judgmental, conditioned love into unconditional love, so that you can be in openness and wonder and curiosity. Ooh, yes. Then you also get to move into balance. Allow yourself to become more balanced, which means that you'll have a time where you will have a busy mind. There is a time for that, especially if you're working on something and creating something. Your mind steps right up. That's the masculine part within us. That's actually a super huge, amazing part within us. Like, woohoo, excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the gift of the balance is that you also get to have time off. Okay. Most of us didn't do that for ourselves. I know I was pretty much a workaholic, working night shift as a nurse and then raising 4 kids. I was active in disability advocacy, and then some different leadership roles that I played that I had to wake up to that and make sure that how do I want things to be instead. And I was able to put these new programs within myself using the gift of Psyche, so that I can have more balance. So the times that I do have a busy mind, I just make sure that they're positive. So the thoughts coming through from me are positive. Now, how cool is that? Could you imagine? Everything you say to yourself is of pure love and pure joy and encouragement, and that you get to become the best encourager for yourself. That's like amazing, right? And that's actually what's happening with me, way more than it ever did before. And I'm still anchoring up in that. And then the other half is give myself a time for break. So this is what you get to do for yourself. Give yourself those breaks. Go ahead and go out in nature. Nature is one of your biggest gifts here. It's the biggest gifts for us. We live on Mother Earth. She's so gorgeous and beautiful. I just recently moved into the country, and I'm living in a beautiful little home that is in the woods. And so I go outside and listen to the birds singing. So when you can do this and allow your mind to quiet and just focus on one thing, if you can allow yourself to focus on just one thing. So I'll focus on just listening to the birds. Yeah. And see how long and how well I can just quiet my mind and feel fully present in the present moment. Because when you're in that present moment, this is the full living, because we're fully here. We're not chasing our mind back in the past of the things that happened, or in the future. Many of us will worry about the future or fear of the future. You also get to shift that with Psyche too, so you can live in the wonder of the unknown, because you're the creator of your unknown. Because it hasn't happened yet for you. So how about that you get to put that in? You get to put how you want it to be, how you could love, like many of us are doing, to live in the balance, where you can have that silent, quiet mind, and feel good just being, just experiencing whatever you are in each moment. Yeah, in love, and literally vibrating in love, joy, peace, and centeredness with you. And let yourself get grounded into Mother Earth while you're doing this, with a quiet mind. And that you can be just as effective and successful with having yourself open up time to do nothing. Yes, we say nothing, but what we mean is like do something that you just fully enjoy, you fully love. And find out what that is. That's one of the biggest gifts here. Is if you can edge out a little bit of time and just begin to ask yourself, wow, what would I really love to be doing, or love to just being, that brings me so much joy? And then begin to start doing that. If you have a hard time doing that, that's where Psyche can come in. You can help remove those roadblocks that are blocking you from being able to do that. Yeah, because there's just a program at your subconscious mind that's not allowing you to actually go live and experience that. That could be fears, because many of us will be like fearful. Well, I won't be able to make enough money if I just do nothing, and then people think that I'm lazy, right? There's all these other things that we got beliefs about that you can actually change. And you can actually change that. I am even more successful when I allow myself to have free time, when I allow myself time to play and time for joy. Yes. And you can even put things in, like as I'm working, as I'm creating and living my life, serving and sharing of my gifts, I do that while I'm in my freeness, in my quiet mind. What? Yeah. So you can just be, and be experiencing and receive abundance. So these are all new things coming in for us here, because we are elevating ourselves up into living in more of the unity consciousness, more in the fifth dimension instead of the third dimension. Yeah, because the third dimension was a time when we were born into, and that was like the illusion of separation, where we feel like we're only physical beings. We weren't fully connected into our divine aspects of ourselves yet, and that we were literally running on programs of fear and survival, just to get through living without dying. And all of those old ways are beginning to fall, and they're meant to actually for us to let go of that within ourselves, those aspects. We'll always have a response of a fight, flight, freeze response for our mechanisms to survive here. That's a given, because that our system is set up that way. The issue comes in is if we are signaling that all day long into this chronic stress, right, where people will then get into anxiety and get into fears and overwhelm and health conditions, relationship issues, breakdowns, financial breakdowns. Those are huge gateways for you to come back into your balance. Come back into connecting in your inner listening and the gift of the silence. This is so beautiful. We're going to take another short break, and we will dive in one last time in a beautiful way together, so that you can fully help yourself activate your inner listening. Today we're talking about episode 10, your inner listening, embracing the sound of silence. Okay, yay! So in order to be able to do that for yourself, to fully connect in with your inner listening, and what we mean by inner listening is one, beginning to listen to yourself. That is super huge. That's the first step. And then just begin to notice, what are you even saying to yourself? Okay, write those things down. See how your self-talk is. Okay, if it is negative, you can turn it to positive. Psyche is a beautiful tool to help you do that. With that, within minutes, learn how to use Psyche, and you'll be able to be, in a very short time, talking positively with yourself, which is such a precious gift to give yourself, right? Yay! So once you can lift up into talking positively with yourself, which means you're going to be growing in your unconditional love and acceptance of yourself, and recognizing that you are worthy, that you can live from an open heart center. Many aspects of forgiving helps with that. And that you get to shift from a conditioned love or judgmental creative side of you to now expand yourself up into unconditional love, which means you're open. You're living in curiosity and innocence, playfulness, childlikeness, right? Yeah, beautiful. Because you actually are already this. You actually are. And then we just agree to forget coming down here on earth and living as if we're not. This is the game that we're playing here. Interesting, isn't it? And the gift is that once you do recognize that you don't like, if you don't like feeling the funk or feeling, not loved or not respected or not valued or adored, then you get to begin to change it. And that's the gift here. You begin to get to start walking in new ways and accessing aspects within yourself of your inner listening, even if it is negative, that those are actually here for you so you can turn them to positive. That's the whole point of that. They're getting your attention. It's getting your attention. Yes. So beginning to talk positive is absolutely huge, huge, huge. And it is great that people are doing affirmations, right? Which are super huge. The issue comes in if you're only doing it at the conscious level of the mind, you're not changing it at the subconscious level of the mind, you're just going to get really busy saying a lot of affirmations, okay? It is important and vital that you change it at the subconscious level of the mind. And repetition can do it. So if you do listen to beautiful positive tapes while you're falling asleep, or repeat and repeat and repeat, and then you do have to physically bring it into your life to show yourself that this is coming true, then you can change things without ever using a tool like Psyche or other beautiful gifts here that are here. And you can actually, learn Psyche and then have that too. That's what I love. Would you like things to become easier and more enjoyable? And that, and you stepping into your personal power of the true love you are. That's the gift of Psyche. Yes. Because in a short time, or actually we each get our own timing on things. But I would just have to say for myself, in a short time, I began to start lifting out of the judgmental, critical aspects that I was living and then moving myself into more of the positive. So then more positive started coming to me. So I started experiencing more positive things and noticing the good more than I could before. And that is also another beautiful gift. When you can begin to become a good finder. And begin to see all the good and the beauty and the divinity in each one that you interact with and everything in your life. Yes. It's like, your eyes actually open up into experiencing and seeing, and you can begin to feel in higher dimensional ways, higher ways of the love that you are. Isn't that precious? Yes. And in a short time, your mind will begin to quiet down. There'll be times where you're just being. And it's just silent. And it's actually in that pause is where the infinite potential is. Yes. Just like in every word that we say or a song that you sing, there is a pause. And depending on what you emphasize in a word, quite fascinating that is, right? Yeah. All of it is so perfect and beautiful. Scientists have done research with our star systems, right? When we look out into the sky, into the stars, many of the scientists have said that majority of all of the constellations and all of our universe is actually space. It's actually empty space, is what they thought, which is like, there's nothing there. It's just space. Which could also mean, especially when we're talking to ourselves, our internal talk, or talking with others, we can actually begin to start focusing in a little more on the space between our words. Yeah. And invite ourselves to connect in with our feminine side of us, our beingness, to begin to slow down a little bit and just be. And hear and listen to the silence between each word. And then begin to move where you actually don't have any words in your mind. It just becomes silent. Wow. And then you can begin to notice, how are you in that? when I began to do this with myself, I actually felt scared in that silence. There was fears of the silence within me. I actually felt like it's like the pause or the calm before the storm. If it is quiet, ooh, what else is going to pop up? What else is going to happen? It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. You can shift your perceptions using Psyche, and that's a beautiful, beautiful way to help yourself. So what I did with myself is I shifted my perception of that. Instead of being afraid of the silence or the doom that was about to happen, that's where worry can come in, fear can come in, or the vibration that we drop down into. You can elevate yourself up into the love of who you are by shifting your perception into peace and non-attachment. This is what we do with Psyche to help us. And then you get to do it with your life. And reprogram your subconscious mind. Upgrade it. Put that new app in to say, how about that? I am completely safe in silence. Oh, I love silence. What? Yeah. I didn't even know what silence was. I was raised with 11 other brothers and sisters in a very crazy household. And I love people and had lots of friends and loved to do lots of things that I rarely ever opened up time to even notice silence, to even notice my inner listening at all. No, not at all. I was just going, doing, talking. I was a big talker. I love to talk. And you guys might too. One of the gifts of inner listening is that it also has opened up for myself, and I invite this for you, is I am loving to listen now. I'm loving it. And it's been really fun to just sit and be and listen. Even right now, I'm hearing my chimes outside on my porch right now, and it's bringing joy to my heart. Oh. Yes, in that silence, I can actually hear the sound of my divinity. And that's what you'll begin to do too. You'll begin to connect in to, even at the higher levels. Many of us are light workers here. The light language, the angelic realm. You can open up to many, many beautiful things in your silence so that it's even beyond words. And you'll be able to open up aspects of you like in your third eye. So you begin to have beautiful visions. So visions can come in for you. Yeah. Beyond words. In the silence. So precious. So precious. Yes. And you will find ways that will help you on this journey. Meditation does help for many people. That is beautiful. I call it more of a connection. I love to connect with myself in my highest dimensions and with my divine team, because we are so supported. You are so supported, infinitely supported beyond measure that you could ever imagine. We are, if we could actually really see all the angelic realms here and the higher dimensional realms here that are here supporting us, you would be blown away. Absolutely. Oof. I can feel them. And the love is magnificent. And may you open up your heart and your body temple to be able to begin to feel the love, the continuous love and support that is all around you. It is in stepping into your feminine, uniting with your masculine, so the two can work as a oneness, is when you're able to open up into these gateways within yourself, because you return yourself back to wholeness again. Yeah, the wholeness of who you are. Yes. Whew. Beautiful. In the silence, there's a beautiful song called Trust by Alexa Cholin that I love. Love. Ooh, and it's actually coming in right now. So I think well, maybe we'll sing it. We'll see. All right. Yeah. I think I meant to sing it right now. I'm just trusting. So I'm trusting and surrendering, because as I'm opening up in my silence while I'm talking with each one of you, this is what wants to come in. So yeah, why don't you take a couple deep breaths. Breathe gently into your nose. Hold it gently. And then gently release. And then breathe. Hold gently. And fully release. and a third. Breathe in your nose. Hold gently. And release. And as this song is sung, invite yourself to open up to the silence between the sounds that you're hearing. Okay, and also embrace the sounds that you're hearing. So you get to open up, and with the intention to open up your inner listening and embracing the sound of silence, embracing your feminine energy and of the beingness to just be. Allow yourself to quiet your mind and just fully receive the love of this song called Trust. Trust in the unknown. Trust in the unknown. You are always safe. You are always carried. You are always held. You are always guided. Trust in your heart. Trust in your strength. Trust in your life. Trust in yourself. Oh, that message is here for you. When you can begin to trust, to feel safe enough to trust in the unknown. Every new moment is our unknown. We don't know what's going to happen in the next moment. We don't. None of us do. We're meant to fully trust, to fully know we're safe here, to begin to open up within ourselves, our inner listening. That is your spiritual GPS system, your spiritual guidance system. To embrace the sound of silence. The silence. The ability to go within yourself. To connect in with yourself. To connect in your inner listening aspect of you. And allow yourself to be. To begin to feel the love of who you are. The joy of who you are. The peace of who you are. We welcome you to this. There is a time for a busy mind, absolutely. There's a time for your thoughts to come in completely. Let your negative thoughts turn to positive thoughts. We invite you that. Let yourself open up to know you have all the time in the world to rest, to stop, to be, to connect, to listen to that inner aspect of you, the beingness, the silence within you, so that you may begin to vibrate in the divine love that you are, in this beautiful human being vessel that you are. And that you may begin to start upgrading yourself in your mental and emotional body. Psyche is a huge gift for us here right now to do exactly that. And you get to unite all aspects of your mind to work in a oneness together. So you may begin to live from your heart center and use your powerful mind in beautiful ways. Use your words in beautiful ways. Speak from the love of who you are instead of from the fear or the anger that might have been running the show for a while. It certainly ran it for me, that's for sure. We're changing our show. And we invite you to do that. Would you love to change your show? Because you might not know it, but you are actually the actor of your show. You are also the director of your show, and the producer, and the writer. You are all aspects of all of it. And anyone in your life is just showing you aspects of you for yourself to remember who you are and to have yourself begin to make the choices of trusting again, of loving, of being, of welcoming more silence in your life, deeply connecting with your inner listening. So that becomes your natural way. So that the spiritual aspects of you may begin to flow very beautifully. Ooh, so in this episode of Change Your Funk to Fun, one of the ways you can do this is by activating and helping yourself upgrade so that you may connect in with your inner listening, which means you get to connect with your divinity aspect within yourself, your spiritual guidance system within you. And in doing that, you are able to embrace the sound of silence in a new way. Yes, you may live in more balance so that you can have your mind to help you with your thoughts and help change your thoughts from negative to positive using the gift of Psych-K, right? And the gift of Psych-K also helps you connect in with that spiritual GPS system within you, helps you work with all aspects of your mind, your highest dimensional aspect of yourself, your conscious aspect, and your subconscious, the part of you that records everything. And that's actually autopiloting you 95% of the time. Ooh, how about that? And the gift is that when you can bring in the balance of the masculine and feminine, your thoughts and your words and your mind with your silence and your intuition and your feelings and your connection with your divinity, then you get to live at your highest potential here, living in the flow, living from your love, your joy, and your peace, instead of from suffering or from restrictions or aspects that are actually not you. They were just made up to experience things here in the contrast of who you really are. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So may you open up time for yourself to allow yourself to begin connecting with your inner listening and to embrace the sound of silence, letting Mother Nature help you with that and letting Psych-K help you with that. So how can you do that with letting Psych-K help you with that? Oh, thank you for asking. One way is you can have a private session. I do offer private sessions through Zoom that you can go to my website, igniteandhealyourlife.com. Igniteandhealyourlife, Life.com. Igniteandhealyourlife.com. And you can click services and then you can book a private session with me. You can have one session with just a nice simple cleanup or tune-up. And you can book a series of 3 or a series of 6 sessions if you want. A series of 3 is actually really what most people do because you get to drop in 3 times with yourself at 3 different times, usually weekly, sometimes monthly, to fully upgrade yourself to the highest level you're ready for. And then a series of 6, absolutely. Then you get the master way with doing that. And that can help you start realizing, and once you experience Psych-K, you'll realize, holy tamale, I actually do have the power within me. Yes, you do. And you get to access that part within you. That's what Psych-K helps you do. And then you may be very much wanting to come learn Psych-K. And this is where I can also help because I am also a certified instructor. There's 30 of us across the world, and I'm one of them. I'll be teaching Psych-K in May 19th to the 21st in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in the gorgeous place of Florida. So come down with us in Florida. If you aren't able to make it that time, in June, I will be in Michigan and in St. Clair Shores, just outside Detroit in Michigan. So you'll check that one in June for Michigan. Okay. Yay. In July, I will be in Berkeley, California, and also offering it online. So if you want to learn this from your home online, you can do that too. In August, I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky. So these are where I'll be. And hey, if you're ready, we welcome you. That's what it's all about. That's what happened to me. Once I read Bruce Lipton's book, Biology of Belief, I knew I needed to go learn this. And after listening to this talk, I hope this nudges you because we're in game time. And why wait? Why stay in suffering? Why stay in the busyness of the mind? You're welcome. We welcome you to the silence. It's so precious in the beingness of love. And this is what you are being called to do. Yes, you. Yes, you. And Psyche works to the level you're ready for. You do it to the level of your intention and the level that is safe and appropriate for you. So you will get the results of whatever you're creating for the highest level for you. So we are in wonder about all the changes. The clients I've just been recently working with are making massive breakthroughs. May that be for you too. And if it's little changes, that's perfect too. That's what happened to me. I went slow. So you go at the pace you want. It was such a joy to connect with you today. Reach out to me. We're here for you. This is all reason why we're doing this is so we can all help each other bring heaven here on earth. Aho.